The following program may contain mild coarse language. All views and opinions expressed are a sole reflection of the hosts and not Toronto Metropolitan University.
You're tuned in to the Mixtapes. Hello, everyone. Welcome back.
Whoa, hey guys. Welcome to the Mixtapes.
Yes.
Today's episode is entirely ASMR.
No, it will
I'm just
not.
kidding. I'm just joking around. No, today's episode, we've been having some fun lately. Had a concert episode, Halloween episode, Disney Channel episode. Kind of been bumping that. But no, this episode is going to be a chill one. It's going to be all fall themed. It's November.
Yep. Or, as you said, girl,
It's November.
Guys, how is it already November? Like, can we just talk about that? Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? That's actually, we can't talk about it because that's all I have to say. Like, I just don't understand. But anyways, so, let's start off like how we normally do, or how we've been doing this past season. John Michael, what have you been listening to this week?
I feel like I've just been listening to like a lot of fall songs in preparation for this episode.
Mm-hmm.
But specifically, I've been listening to Evermore by Taylor Swift. I've been listening to a lot of things sort of relating to my picks for this episode. So once you listen, you'll understand that more. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, honestly, like what I've been listening to is what I'm playing today on today's show.
You're so real for that. Like, I made an entire playlist because there's so many songs that I think just sounds like fall. And so I've been just listening to that playlist over and over again. There have been some songs that like I low-key put on repeat because I'm that type of person. I put songs on repeat all the time. I pulled up just my Airbuds weekly wrap for this. And two songs that are in my top 3 of the week, I'm not going to say because they are picks on today's episode. My second most played song this week, once again, Ramona from the Scott Pilgrim soundtrack. But kind of fitting since I'm going to do that movie for my concepts and narratives paper. But then my top artist of the week, Bren, who you will hear about today. New Dad talked about how he went to their concert last Sunday, and Alfie Jukes. And then also, guys, okay, this song is on my extended pick for this week, and I just discovered it on Monday, and I've become obsessed with it. The song More by Allardyce. So good. Literally so good. It's on my extended picks for this week, and I beg you, please listen to that song. Like, it's like their most recent song out of like 4 that they have on Apple Music, and I just see so much potential for this band and stuff like that. Like, it's, I don't know, I just really like the style, and it just screams fall. Maybe it's because it just released last Wednesday, so like I just have that association with it, but like it's so fall. But anyways, shall we get into the actual picks for this week?
Yeah, for sure.
Woo!
Okay, so I'm starting us off. I don't know, I have played this artist before on the Mixtapes on this season, but my pick is I Guess by Lizzie McAlpine.
Ooh.
Off her sophomore album. Well, I don't actually know if it's her sophomore album, because I don't know if her first album is considered an EP or not. Whatever. It's from her newest album, Older, which came out in the spring. It was a single. I really like this song. That whole album is kind of like, well, Lizzie McAlpine is very, like she's kind of slower music, really leans into the acoustic singer-songwriter vibes. And so a lot of her songs lend themselves to being fall. I think I guess is really fall because it has that sort of build. It's just really like vibey, and also it's very like introspective and contemplative, and I feel like that's like a quality a lot of fall songs have, because the seasons are changing and you're just like nostalgic and thinking back on life. So yeah, that's why I think it's a fall song. I also, it has a really good build, this song. I really love the sort of ending instrumental part of it. And also, fun fact is that part of the song, there's like some kind of vocals in the background. Like you'd understand when you hear the song.
It's kind of like a giant choir. Like there's so many people.
Yeah. So that's actually the Toronto audience from her like previous tour. She recorded them and then put them in the song, and she like said that on Instagram when it came out, and I just thought that was cool. So yeah, let's listen to it.
So cool. This is I Guess by Lizzie McAlpine.
Straighten your tie. We're not alone. I'll tell a lie just to bring you home. We danced together. You're not that good. I'll tell a lie, but it's understood. I guess it's all about timing. I guess it's all about the things you want but never get. I guess it's all about trying to love someone you've never met. We eat our dinner, then we undress, and now we're equal, more or less. Now I am sick and you're probably drunk. You're saying things and they sound like love. I guess it's all about timing. I guess it's all about the things you have but didn't want. I guess it's all about dying to love someone. Wish it was easy. I wish I knew what I was doing, but I never do.
I also want to say, hearing that live, I don't know how much did we mention. We probably did mention in our first episode that we saw Liz McAlpine when she came to Budweiser in August. But specifically hearing that song live, like with that whole build part and the sort of choir aspect, I don't know, I really liked that live.
No, it was beautiful, guys. Like I wasn't even a major Lizzie McAlpine listener until like John Michael put me on. John Michael and her friend Julia. Love you, Julia. And like I listened to Older and I was like, why is this so good? And then I went to the concert with them and it was so cool. Like I don't know, like I've never experienced something that was so cool but yet so calming at the same time, if you know what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Right? Like anyways, the vibes were just immaculate there. Now onto my pick. So let me introduce you to Miss Goldie Boutillier. She is from Cape Breton, Nova Scotia, so Canadian queen. She's had multiple Spotify billboards at Yonge and Dundas, yet somehow I have missed all of them. Like every single time she releases a single and gets a billboard, I'm just not at school, so I never see it. And she always goes to see them in person herself, and I'm like, so you mean I could have been meeting her this entire time?
Wow.
I just miss everyone, but oh well. So yeah, let me introduce you to her, because every single time I bring her up, everyone's like, I have no idea who you're talking about. I do have to say, when you go to her Spotify or Apple Music or whatever, and you look at her album covers, they're low-key a bit graphic design is my passion. they're like illustrations and stuff like that. Sometimes I'm like, whoa, that's a lot. But like, they're not my thing. And sometimes I see people like, oh, like why, like, I've seen Twitter posts being like, of course I'm judging an album cover or music by its album cover. Like that's how I get into a lot of things, because I'm like, wow, this album cover is cool. But guys, I promise you, like this music is good. Like I love her songs, especially the one that I first discovered from her, literally off I think an Instagram ad, her song Cowboy Gangster Politician. And I just personally think it's so fall. It's so like, it's more upbeat than I guess. And it's not like introspective or anything, but there's something about like the beats and the guitars and just her voice that I think is very, very fall to me. And yeah, like this was, I think, her third song as Goldie Boutillier. However, she has been releasing music for, I think, like she said in an Instagram reel or a little documentary that she made, like she's been releasing music for like a decade, but I think that was under a bunch of different like stage names or pseudonyms. Like one was Goldilocks, I think. But anyways, I guess she's finally finding her audience with this sound that she has. And like personally, I've listened to some of her stuff under Goldilocks, and like I prefer the Goldie Boutillier music. But yeah, it's kind of like indie pop, a little bit rock inspired. Not so much of the song, but like, yeah, it's, I don't know. I just think it's good. I just think it sounds like fall. Do not judge an album by its cover in this case, because I'm about to put you on. They're not that bad. I feel like I'm making them seem so bad, but they're really not that bad. But yeah, anyways, this is Cowboy Gangster Politician by Goldie Boutillier.
Daddy, I'm in trouble. I think I fell in love with a cowboy, a gangster, a politician. Daddy,
Canadian queen.
Wow.
Love her so much. Anyways, what a great song about being unable to run away from a woman who loves you. Now on to another great song about that. John Michael, what's your next pick?
Yay. My pick is from a little band called Fleetwood Mac.
You might not know them. They're very unknown. You know?
Yes. Well, I was gonna say our younger audience might not know them, as if like I don't know who's watching this.
Who is younger than us? That's
I
watching.
feel like everyone who's watching this knows who Fleetwood Mac is. It's like one of those things where it's like the newer generation discovering Fleetwood Mac and be like, guys, like these artists are really good, but they actually are really good, and I love a lot of their songs, and I feel like I've been hearing their songs all my life, like through my parents and through like adults in my life, but I only sort of like in the past couple of years really like clocked in to who Fleetwood Mac is and become conscious of their songs. This song in particular, okay. Yes, it got popular on TikTok, and that's how I found it. But like I kind of knew about it. That's why I started listening to it, because the clip of Fleetwood Mac performing Silver Springs, that's the song, live, had all this lore and drama. Why did I forget their names? Well, I know like Stevie Nicks and
Lindsey Buckingham.
yes. And it's like all the lore behind it because they dated, and it's like the song's about him and they're playing it all these years later. So there's so much lore. It's such a good song because of that. There's just that one part of the song you're always waiting for when she's like, you'll never get away from the sound of the woman that loves you. They make you wait for it. I just love it so much. But specifically, the live version of it is really good. So yeah, buckle up. Buckle up.
This is Silver Springs by Fleetwood Mac, but the live version.
You could be my silver spring, blue green colors flashing.
Amazing.
Cast a spell on you.
What a classic.
You forget me.
What a classic pick, John Michael. Thanks for that. Yes, karaoke session. Okay. We actually have karaoke sessions all the time when our mics are off. Anyways, my turn. Okay, we're getting heavier into the fall, guys, because if anything sounds like fall, it's folk music, at least to me. So I'm playing, honestly, like, low-key one of my favorite songs. I don't like.
Wow.
Oh, like, but the thing is, I have a really long list of favorite songs. So like, yeah. But anyways, I don't know what's about this song, but I just love it so much. The song is called "Rear View" by Bren with a little exclamation mark. Let me name him Brennan Keller from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. This is just on his Apple Music profile, but I was like, oh, I did the whole Canadian backstory for Goldie Boutillier, so let me do it for my little indie folk guy, or like alt folk pop, whatever, I don't know genres, but whatever his sound is, it is just so fall to me. Every single one of his songs, fall. His most recent one, Days on End, which I've had on repeat. That's another thing I've been listening to because it came out on Friday. Days on End, that might actually be his most fall song to me. But I already had Rear View selected, and I'd rather play this one, to be honest. So Rear View was the first song that I heard by him, and it's like probably still one of my favorite songs of his. But now it's like his more like his two recent singles, Days on End that I just mentioned, and Water. Those are also really good. And he has this like rasp or like kind of wail to his voice that just adds so much weight to like his songs and the words that he's saying, especially the chorus. Ooh, can't talk. Especially the chorus in Rear View. Like, I just feel so much like in pain. I feel like I'm yearning. I feel like I'm going through all the emotions that he is, and I'm like, oh, Bren, I feel you. Even though I've never experienced what he's talking about, but like, I'm just like, it's so good, guys, and it feels, this song in particular of his like feels so cinematic and so like large and wide, and I feel like I'm like constantly like running while I'm listening to this song. Like it's like I'm picking up speed. I don't even know. Which, if you go to our Instagram later, mixtapes.live. You'll get to see our playlist cover for this week, and it's kind of inspired by his album covers and how this song makes me feel in particular. But yeah. Oh, also, you probably won't be able to hear it, but if you listen really closely, the sound effects at the beginning and the end of the song, literally a mixtape. You're literally putting in a cassette tape and he's starting and stopping that thing. And I'm like, I've made too many promos for this.
On brand.
Exactly. It's so on brand. I've made too many promos for this show that I was like, oh, there it is. There it is. Which actually, like, it wasn't until this past week that I finally actually heard that. And I was like, wow, it was meant to be. It was meant to be, guys. So anyways, here's Rear View by Bren.
Painted walls, vinyl plates, and busy days scattered across the hall. Movie nights, blushing face, and a lack of time. Our love didn't last that long. What could I have said to bring you back to me? Scattered halls, dinner plates, and shades of gray paint the walls. Lack of time against the race in our movie nights before you bring me back home. What could I have said to bring you back to me? could have told me then it was all too much to ask. I tried. You hate the conversations. Said living here's the best. You lied. What could I have said to bring you back to me? What could I have said to bring you back to me? I saw your hands in the rearview mirror while I was leaving the party. You were saying we look right years from now and say it's fine. I saw your hands in your rearview mirror heading north. Your feet are running, going back home where you belong. I said it's fine. What could you have said to keep you here with me? What could I have said to bring you back to me?
So yeah, if you heard it, mixtape sound. Got literally the way he sings the I saw your head, dude. So good, so good, so good. And shout out to Kat because she's watching right now, and she was like, the song that you showed me by him, which was Days on End, is so good. Guys, I put her on, so I'm putting you on right now. Anyways, what are you putting us on to right now, Joey?
Okay, but I am putting you on because people don't talk about this song enough. Okay, so my final pick for today's episode is by Taylor Swift herself. And okay, like I love Taylor Swift, blah, blah, blah. We know this. But she is the queen of fall. Her entire Red album, fall. Folklore, more summer, but it's still fall. Evermore, fall, winter, lovely, delicious, amazing, everything good. It's just literally underrated. What?
Oh, I was just gonna say we didn't have a Red song this show, which is why we opened with the all too well 10-minute version.
Yeah, I would have played that, but I don't fear we can't play a 10-minute song on our 50-minute long live show. Anyways, so yes, Evermore, the song featuring Bon Iver,
that song
is what I'm going to be playing. However, the entire album, amazing. I've been listening to that so much this week. Too bad she hates that album, and too bad the world hates that album. But it's a great album.
I love Evermore.
It really just...
What?
Whoa. Chat, I don't know if you can hear that, but we're getting a phone call from in the studio.
Is this a ghost?
I think we have to just ignore it. Hopefully it goes away.
Can I anyways, continue. I'm going to turn off my mic. John Michael, continue talking.
I'm going to keep talking about Evermore. Yeah, so Aaron Dessner... Oh, the phone stopped, Kylie. Aaron Dessner produced this song. And the way he works with Taylor Swift is so amazing. Like, if you hear sort of like her voice memos or early demos of songs, you can tell like he sends her an instrumental track and then she writes the song for it. So like with the lyrics and melody, but it's just a classic Aaron Dessner like piano instrumental. The lyrics, Evermore is one of those albums, and especially this song, because it features Bon Iver. I'm like, you think you know who Taylor Swift is? No, you don't. You think she's just Shake It Off. You think she's just like, oh, Karma is a cat. No, she's actually deep. And I know her fans know that. But this song is like, I would show it to people who aren't necessarily Taylor Swift fans because it's just so great. I could go on and on about it. Yeah. Please give me Eras Tour tickets if you have free ones, please. Anyways, let's listen to Evermore.
Say if you have free ones?
Yeah, if you have a free ticket, give it to me.
Oh, okay.
Like an extra ticket.
Okay, well, this is Evermore by Taylor Swift.
Gray November, I've been down since July. Motion capture put me in a bad light. I replay my footsteps on each stepping stone, trying to find the one where I went wrong. Writing letters addressed to the fire, and I was catching my breath, staring out an open window, catching my death. And I couldn't be sure, I had a feeling so peculiar that this pain would be forevermore. Hey December, guess I'm feeling unmoored. Can't remember what I used to fight for. I rewind the tape, but all it does is pause on the very moment all was lost, sending signals to be double-crossed. And I was catching my breath, barefoot in the wildest winter, catching my death. And I couldn't be sure, I had a feeling so peculiar that this pain would be forevermore.
Cannot think of all the cost, all the things that will be lost. Or can we just get a pause to be certain we'll be tall again? Where the weather be the frost, or the violence of the dog days. I'm on waves of being tossed. Is there a line that I could just go across?
And when I was shipwrecked,
All the costs,
I thought of you
all the things that will be lost now.
in the cracks so light.
Just get a pause
I dreamed of you,
to be certain we'll be tall again.
and it was real enough
Be the front,
to get me through.
all the violence of the dark days. Out on waves, being tossed, I'll be a tall.
I swear.
Is there a line that we can just go across?
And I was catching my breath, floors of a cabin creaking under my step. And I couldn't be sure, I had a feeling so peculiar, this pain wouldn't be forevermore. Evermore, evermore. This pain wouldn't be forevermore, evermore.
Evermore. Evermore. Yeah, guys, mark my words, she's gonna play that as a surprise song in Toronto. Great November. I've been down since July. It's November. And Toronto's very Evermore. Actually, you know what? Mark my words, she's gonna play mashup between Evermore and Exile and bring out Bon Iver.
That would be crazy
And
for
she's
Toronto.
gonna give me free tickets in advance to make sure I'm there for coming up with the idea.
Nobody likes Toronto that much, I fear.
Well, she's playing 6 nights. She likes us a little bit.
Well, she's playing 6 nights because it's not like Wembley Stadium that has like 90,000
It's Canada.
people.
Anyway, so let me have hope.
Okay, John Michael, I'll let you have hope.
Anyways, Kylie, why don't you just tell us your last pick for today?
My last pick, guys. I love this song, as I say about every single song that I play on this show. But yeah, this song, I almost put this on our end credits playlist, but it was too long. But now I'm biting the bullet and I'm playing it now. This song is called Close Your Eyes by the Backseat Lovers, a band that I really love. So it's one of their singles off of their second album, Waiting to Spill. But in my opinion, it's one of their best songs. Like, sometimes the like people just know how to choose good singles. Like, but yeah. The whole album to me is just the epitome of fall. Maybe it's the orange album cover. Maybe it was the October release date. I don't know. It's fall. I literally, the first day I felt a chill in the air. The first day I was like, I'm shivering as I'm like walking on campus. This album was on the subway immediately. But yeah, I specifically want to highlight like one part in the song, which is the call and response section of the bridge that kind of like builds up to a harmony, because that part is just so cinematic to me. And I mentioned how like Bren's song feels cinematic, and I think like to me maybe it's the changing the leaves, stuff like that, and John Michael's whole like retrospective stuff that he was talking about earlier. But like fall songs, you gotta have an element of just cinematicness to it for me to feel like it's a fall song. But yeah, like that section, the call and response, the harmonies, it just feels like cathartic at the end, guys. Like, I don't know, it's just I love that part because the whole song builds up to it, and it just makes everything like the kind of like interesting song structure that they have going on, like it just makes it all worth it. And the reason why I did like put it in our end credits extended playlist was because this is kind of just like a growing older and like changing as a person like kind of song, and like that's why I was like, if I can't play it in the end credits there, I'm playing it in the end credits here. Last pick for this week. But yeah, Close Your Eyes by the Backseat Lovers. Just amazing song all around. Epitome of fall for me. Like, as I said, folk music, epitome of fall. Indie rock as well, epitome of fall. This is Close Your Eyes by the Backseat Lovers.
You wanna be like your father. The older you get, your head's getting harder. Pick up the phone when he calls you. You know he's alone. He's preaching 'cause he loves you. Where have you been? Jack's been waiting in your room every night. Why don't you stay home tonight? Could you waste your life if you painted mine? Now the day is done, but it's too late to close your eyes.
Wow. What amazing picks this episode. You ate, Kylie, I ate.
Joshua Harmon and Jonas Swanson, you better be doing some vocal layering like that more in the future. It is so good. So good. Anyways, that's the end of our episode. We hope you like our fall picks, guys.
Yeah, we're back to some silly shenanigans next episode.
Oh, yes.
I don't know if we want to give it away.
Let's just go.
But we have a special guest, and it's to do with a certain musical TV show.
Let's just go.
Yes.
So if you know, you know. You know?
Anyways, see you next week.
See you next week, guys.